Hey, Merry Tinkmas, everyone. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing fantastic. We are on day 4 of Tinkmas. If you're brand new to my channel, we're going to do a video every day in December till Christmas and even on Christmas. So we're going to do 25 videos in a row. We're on day 4. We did 3 days in a row of ornaments, and I think that's enough ornaments for now. So guys, let's do something completely different. You guys got to see the thumbnail. Oh man, I hope it was cool. Guys, we're going to make a little Tealight display thing. Tealight candle holder. That's what it would be, I guess. Unfortunately, all I have is like the light up actual fire Tealight candles. It would be better to use electric Tealight candles since, you know, open flame next to temperature sensitive plastic, but we'll be careful. I'll just have to watch it. So let's quick make a model of what my Tealight candles are so we can know how to fit it into our holder. So they are about 38. Oh, you know what? I wanted to go one bigger though. Let me measure it one more time. We don't want it to, we want it to make the little holder a little bigger. So we need 39. Okay, 39. Okay, let's go 39 by 11. This is going to be cool and very easy. It depends how much detail we add to it. So, bam. There we go. Mine are white. Oh my gosh, should I get really fancy really quick? Watch this. Duplicate. Let's raise it up. I'm going to hold shift and shrink it a little bit. Turn it to a hole. We'll drop it back down a little. Look, now we'll group these two together. And now we just have to add a little white wick in the middle here. This is all unnecessary for the project, but okay, here's the wick. Let's tip it a little bit and center it. And we'll turn that white also, or what, like a cream color? There we go, guys. Is that cool? Is the outside metal? Yeah, it is. Can I do that? I can. Watch this. We could duplicate the entire thing. Turn it to gray. Then we'll just shrink the top down a little bit. And I'm going to hold shift and expand the whole thing a tiny bit. Like, stretch it. Oh, I got to make my movement smaller down here. This is all unnecessary. Why am I doing this? There. Now, let's see. Whatever. Okay, there we go. There's our Tealight candle, guys. I didn't screw up the full dimensions, though, did I? I did. Okay, back to 39. Now that I wasted our time a little bit. Now I'm happy. That's what my Tealight candle kind of looks like. Okay. Let's get started. So I want to make a little scenery. Like you guys got to see the thumbnail. But how are we going to do it? I don't know. Let's just start doing stuff. We're going to need like a little pad. I'm going to pretend it's snow. Let's make a little snow pad. So let's take a sphere. We can crank up this bar to make it smoother, the steps bar. And let's smash this. Oh, I just had an idea too. Do I want to make a little... Well, I don't know what I want. Let's just kind of start doing stuff. So I'm going to use a few of these to kind of make some little blobs of snow, I think. See, like this. We can duplicate these if we want to pull some over to like here. See? Let's duplicate this smaller one. Kind of like a little blobby setup. I'm thinking about making like a little village setup. What if we duplicate all of it and kind of spin it? Ooh, not that way. Don't do that. Okay, okay. That's good for now, I think. I do kind of like it. Let's do one more over here. I want to add some little buildings or something. So I need space for the buildings. Okay. There. That's some nice blobby snow. I think so. That is nice and blobby. Okay, let's go ahead and cut the bottom off. We could just cut out a whole block here over the whole thing, and you just pull this down. And see, that will snip it right off at the bottom there. Okay, let's select everything and hit Union Group here. Boop. See, that'll cut that off nicely for us. Could you please hurry? Why isn't it not working? Where's your Christmas spirit? There we go. Okay, we got a nice little blob of snow. I like it. Why don't we just quick make the dent for our Tealight candle? Here, let's just duplicate the candle and bring it over here and turn it to a hole and then decide how far we want to sink it in. Just a little bit, probably. I'd say maybe just like that. I want to leave room for all the houses and stuff. I want to add houses. Let's see if we set it right. We got to keep it away from the houses. We don't want to set the houses on fire, which might be kind of funny. We might experiment with that because I have a whole pack of candles in a different video. I have a weird idea. I don't know if it'll work, though. Don't do that. Group it. And we're going to have a nice little cutout for our candle. Because our candle's actually, 38. by 38. So see, we got a nice little spot that the candle will sit. So that will print with a little spot for the candle. That's good. That's good. Okay, so now let's actually tip this. Let's spin this so this is like the front of our display, which is fine. Do I want that over a tiny bit? We could always move this over a little bit. Oh, dear. Okay, we got to move the whole thing. Okay, how about right there? Okay, that's going to be beautiful, I'm sure. You know, I should have just grouped this together. Let's group the candle. There we go. We could set the candle in there because that's where it's going to be. There. Okay, so we have some snow. Is this sitting on? Okay, yes. We have a blob of snow with a little Tealight candle is going to go. So let's go ahead and start doing some decorations. I kind of want like just a little village, like a little ring of houses, maybe like a church thing in the middle or something. So if you're brand new to Tinkercad and you don't have a lot of experience, you can make tiny little houses so simple just by using like the rectangle. Well, here, even easier, just pull out a square, set it down, pull out one of these triangle roofs. Do they call it a roof? Yeah, they do. That's funny. And we could align them. So see how the roof is not lined up? You could either eyeball it or hit the align tool here. I think, so let's just see what it would look like. And if you wanted a little bit of an overhang on the roof, you could make it wider like this and then center it. Like if you wanted a really simple little house. So see, like that. You could do little houses like this to make your little village if you're brand new to this program. So there's our little house. Let's make a little bit better of a house. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Let's make one and then maybe we can just keep using it, like change the shape of it. So what we're going to do is, what are we going to do? Okay, I know exactly what we're going to do. We should work with a better color. Should we work with white? Yeah, might as well. It's kind of nice. Let's make this bigger. let's add siding. We're going to add siding to this block. Okay? So we'll have some detail. So I'm going to duplicate it. And let's shrink this down into a little narrow piece of siding. Okay? Like this. It's already not lined up with it. Interesting. Okay, let's line it up. Once it behaves, anyway. Okay, so let's zoom way in. We can do siding really easy, guys. Watch this. Just tip this a little bit like this. Now duplicate it. So duplicate, raise it up. See, like this. And then a little bit more. I wonder if I should have exaggerated it even more. Let's tip it even more. So let's go back. Because this is going to print really small. So we might want to exaggerate the features. Okay, let's hit duplicate. Raise it up. Another easy way to raise stuff up is see this little black triangle here. You can just pull it up with your mouse like this. See? It's kind of faster. Yeah, let's do it exaggerated like that because this is going to print really small. Okay, so now that we pulled one up, we can just keep hitting duplicate and it'll just repeat that action. See? See? We got some nice siding. We can chop that top off. And look, we can just... Well, look, we could just duplicate the whole thing. Watch this. Duplicate. And let's spin it 90 degrees. There we go. Let me see how weird our corners are going to be. Okay, I guess I will fix that a little. Okay, I'm going to manually kind of move it so it comes together like that. Okay. And let's hit duplicate again. There. Ooh, yeah, see, it automatically did that one. And we should be able to hit duplicate one more time. Let's see what this side... Ah, it's perfect. See, look at how easy we started in Noobville over here. And we graduated to Awesomeville. Was that cheesy? Now, why don't we just quick do a roof too? I'm just going to set it down for now, for a second. Okay, let's see about how big it is. Because, see, we can change the shape of this very easily. Okay. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to... Okay, first let's do this. Let's hit duplicate. And let's slide one of the duplicate out, way out to here. Okay? We're going to turn it to a hole and drop it down a little bit. And see, we're going to be cutting a little lip in here like that. That's going to look nice. So let's group the two together. See? And watch this. We could just duplicate it and mirror it. So we have two right here now. See? Let me hit the back button. We could just mirror it. That'll flip it over to this side, the cut. And now we just have to stretch it over, like move it out a little, like that. See? Now we have that cut on both sides. So we could group these together. See, now both sides have that cool little cut. Do we want to get crazy and try to add oversized shingles? Okay, you know what? I think it's going to be easier actually to make the shingles set up on the ground. Can we do that? So let's, because I want to just keep this momentum going of progress. So let's make one shingle at a slight angle like this. Oh, that's beautiful, beautiful. Here, let's turn it white. Okay, let's just say that's our shingle. And let's duplicate it, slide it over. We're going to make this setup like a little bigger than the roof, right? Yeah, let's just try it. So let's make a nice line of shingles here. Okay, and they're already at an angle. Yes, they are. So now let's duplicate them and slide them back and over. Okay, let's see. There we go. And they are at an angle. Yes, they are. Okay. Okay, I like it. Now we can hit duplicate again. But see, it's going to keep moving them over. So we could either manually move them over. There we go. Hit duplicate. We'll be trimming off the edges anyway. So see, I'm just hitting duplicate, and then every other one I'm sliding over. So it doesn't keep going way over, you know? Okay, this might do it right there. Yeah, I think so. Just in case, let's do one more. I can always cut that off. Okay, and literally, if we want to, we could just cut this now. Let's do it. Yeah, we could cut this into shape. So here, let's just use some of these cutout blocks here. And let's trim this into a nice shape for our roof here. Beautiful. There. Let's just try this. That was easy at least. Okay, so group it. It'll cut off all them edges. What? Oh, there's some sticking down. Sorry. All we have to do is drop these down a little. So I'm going to hold control, down arrow. I forgot there's parts of the shingle sticking under the work plane. There we go. Group. Okay, here's our roof, guys. Or our shingles. So now we just have to downsize them. You know what? If we want an easy way to match that angle, I have no idea what that angle is. We could just hit the cruise feature. So see the little magnet up here? Click it. Now hold your left mouse button down on this dot. And look, you can set these shingles wherever you want. So look, and it'll set a new work plane. So see that green is like a new work space. So, or work plane. So if I shrink this down by holding shift and going down, see? And it's staying flat on that work plane. And then when you're happy with your life choices, just click off and that'll go away. Oops, I wish I would have. Oh, it is all one piece. That's good. Okay, let's just let's set it down in and, you know, make sure it fits. Wow, this is great. Okay, there we go. So now we can select the shingles, and then we'll just duplicate them. And don't worry, by making one of these houses, we're just going to use the same house and just change the shape of it. Okay, going to hit the mirror tool. And slap it on the other side. And see, we can add little details onto some of them, like a chimney. Watch how easy we could add a little roof peak, a shingle peak, whatever it's called. Whoops. Let's just stretch this really long, shrink it down, make it white, and bring her up. You get what I mean? Like a little cap for the shingles. Let's make it smaller. Oh, yeah. Let's check it out. We got to get close. In case we have to change the angle. Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to crush it down a little bit. Raise it up. That I love. Okay, we got to stretch it, though, to go to this end. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, there we go. And then you could just do simple things for the windows. Like, watch this. You could literally do windows just as easy as this. Watch. Because this is going to be real small. Here's one way you could do windows. So I just duplicated and slid over. Okay, let's duplicate again and then slide down. See, like this? Right there. I'm going to group them together. Nah, I don't need to group them. Flip it up. Make it really small. And bring her on up there. See, we could just kind of cut little inserts that'll look like a... Holy cow, we're farther away than I thought. See, like this. And before I, well, here, I'll give you an example of what it'll look like. Let's just group it. See? Beautiful. I'm not going to quite click. I'm not going to group them yet because I'm going to change the shape of the windows on some of them. So we'll just leave that alone for the moment. You'll see what I mean. So let's put our roof on over here. See, we got a very simple little tall boxy house. But watch. It'll look just fine. We could do stuff like this. See? You could change the shape of them that easy. And we could change the shape of some of these windows because that's why I didn't group it yet. So, and obviously like a little door, we could do the same type of things, you know? Just like a little insert cut like this. Let's see, let's do a little porch. I wonder, I might have to do a time lapse for some of the houses, but this has actually been pretty easy so far, actually. Okay, I just doing a little square here for a porch, and I hit the radius bar here. See this bar? It rounds it, so we can round our little cement patio here. Let's put it right here. Drop it down. We can always we'll cut the bottom off. Okay. And then I don't know if we want that centered or not. I'd say sure. Wow, I stopped it. It's perfect. Okay. Watch this. We could do this. We could duplicate this door or this block here. Bring it out. Okay, let's group all this together. So it cuts a little insert. Ew! What happened? I must not have selected that bottom stuff. Let's go in a little deeper. Okay, select all this and hit group. There we go. See, like that. Now watch this. We saved one of these. We could turn it back to a solid. Probably make it a little bit smaller. And we could stick it in as the door. See? Something like this. I don't know. Something like that. Maybe like that. I don't know. Yep. Sure. Might be too small to even print, but we can set a sphere on there for a little doorknob. Probably won't even print. Good. Am I taking too much of everybody's time here? This is awesome, but it's a little time consuming because there's so much little stuff. But see, I could keep using the same stuff then. See, like this. There, that's better. Okay, why don't we bring one of the houses over? Well, you know what? Before we set them up, I think I'm going to do them over here so they're not messing with the snow. Let's just get about 5. 1, 2, 3. Let's get 6 little buildings done here. I'll just use the same stuff we have here, but I'll make 6 separate little buildings, maybe add a few things on, and then we'll set them around our candle and we'll be done, guys. Let me see how long I've been recording. Okay, 30 minutes. Not bad. We're okay. All right, I'm going to drink some coffee, take a tiny little break, and then we'll do a time lapse here. Let's do it. Alrighty, how did you guys like that little time lapse? This has been really easy, actually. Duplicate, flip it around. I'm just using the same exact stuff we made on the first house. And I'm just changing the shape of it and then adding it to the next house. There we go. That's a good house. Okay, so let's group this house together. Okay, there we go. Group. I only did 4 so far. I said I was going to do 5, but these are kind of big. These are awesome, though, aren't they? I could sit here for hours and keep adding detail, but it's going to be, they're going to print really small, so I'm not worried about little things. Look at this chimney. I did another little chimney, kind of brick one. And look, some a little more boring one. See, like some houses have. Very cool. Surprisingly easy, though, too. So, holy cow, I cut them deep. That's okay. Like I said, everything's going to be really small. So, let's go ahead and bring these in. Holy cow, we're going to have to shrink these way down. You know what? Let's shrink them all at once to a scale that we think we're going to be. Oh, wow, this is going to be so cool. I hope my printer can do a fairly good job. Let me quick look. Do we want them a little bigger? Yes, we do. Okay, let's see if we could pick... Uh-oh, I shouldn't have... Can I move the snow? Okay, let's put the snow in the middle. Because I don't know... Are these houses all grouped? Oh, dear, look. You know what? I'm going to group all the houses so they behave. If we want to move them around and stuff. We're just calling the houses done. Okay, there we go. That's better. Now they're all separate. Okay, let's see if they all fit on here. Otherwise, we can easily resize them now that they're grouped, you know. See, we should put them in, arrange them in shape here. Should we have this big house be the center house? They might be too big. This is cool, though. Okay, 1. You're going to be living close to your neighbors, guys. Oh my gosh, look what I did to this house. I turned it into a grocery store. Okay, bring it in. Bring it on in. These look like they're going to be a little too big. Maybe not, though. Let me see if I can really pack them on here. Okay, let me kind of finish arranging these because they might have to be a little smaller now that I'm looking at it. And I'll add a couple more little details. So let's do one more time lapse and we'll be done. Alrighty, look guys. Would you live in this village? You'd have to like your neighbors. This turned out great. It honestly wasn't, it looks like a ton of detail, and it looks like it might have been hard for somebody that's new to Tinkercad. But honestly, after we made that first house, I just used all the same house over and over again. Look, I mean, you know, this is just 2 of the houses. I just flipped one of them to the side. Oh, it looks awesome. We got lots of little trees. I did 2 different kinds of kind of simple trees. These kind of just look like weird snow-covered ones, and then more like a weird Christmas tree-looking ones, just out of weird shapes. Look, I made a little wood pile. Did you see that? So see, you could sit here for days and just keep adding little tiny details. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, that is so cool. We could add little footprints coming out of the houses. Mailboxes. We don't want to put anything too close to the candle, though. Okay, where's the candle, by the way? Let's put the candle in here. Look at that. That's going to be the scale of it, guys. Awesome. Okay, so the only problem is I don't think I have enough white. I wanted to print it white. I'm going to go look and see if I have enough white. Otherwise, I have a lot of clear, which will print kind of glossy, clear white, kind of like shiny, but I don't think we'll see any of the details. I don't know. So either way, we're going to send this to the printer because we got to see how this looks. All right, let's do it. Ho, 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 ho. Look at this, guys. It's hard to see with this lighting. Okay, first, can you tell something different from the time lapse? This tree, the big one, it didn't print. Here, you know what? Let me take you guys off the tripod. The details are hard to see with this filament. This big tree didn't print. Somehow it glitched when I saved the file from Tinkercad, when I exported it. It didn't have the big tree. I even went back in Tinkercad and checked, and I had grouped everything. So there's no way I left this tree out. It was just some kind of glitch. Guys, this is so awesome looking. So I used the clear filament because I didn't have enough white. Now, the good part about clear filament is it's all glossy and it refracts the light really crazy like that. But the bad part is it doesn't show the details very easily. It's hard to see all the little siding and stuff because it's so, it refracts the light and little details are kind of clear looking, you know, because it's clear filament. But anyway, it turned out awesome. But let me, oh, I haven't even tried the Tealight candle. Anyway, I had to print this separately and glue it on. That's what I just did. See, it's hard to see in this lighting. So, yep, there we go. I wanted that big tree in there. It needed something taller. Okay, let me find my candle here. Okay, let's set the candle in. Oh, yeah. It's perfect. Perfect fit. Guys, all we can do is light this puppy up and dim the lights. Where's the lighter? You guys got a lighter? Okay, I'm turning off the printer. Ooh, wow. Here, let me get the I even have a lazy Susan here. Not a motivated Emily. How do I use it here? There we go, guys. Whoa, look, the candlelight comes right through it. I got the lazy Susan spinning it for us. Wow, this is awesome. Now I'm actually happy that I used the clear. I think it also looked really good in white because the white would show off the details of like it printed the shingles and the siding. It's just hard to see in this lighting, you know, or with this filament. Wow, that's so cool. Let's go around one more time. Wow, this is great. Actually, having one of these little lazy Susans, which is basically just a turntable, is a great way to display something like this too. So obviously with a electric LED, I could just leave this on spinning, you know, somewhere in the house. But I will not leave it lit unattended because we have cats and I don't trust open flame. I don't think open flame's ever a good idea. That's all I have though. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Wow, that is really great. Dude, I think we're going to have to do another one of these. Not right away. I actually ordered some white filament so we could try some white out. Here, can we stop it? I'll pull the plug on the Susan. There we go, guys.
Look, it's like the village is having a huge bonfire. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you on day 5 tomorrow. Bye-bye. Make a wish.